Okay, Mike, so here's what I think is wrong with this switch. This prong right here was bent away from the contact point. And if you look, what I determined here, how this works, is you've got this little rod, as you know, drops in here, which limits how far the switch can turn. Alright, so then that rod goes in there. Then the notch in here, obviously the rod goes into it. Okay. There is a spring that goes between the rod and this spring right here. But I'm not going to put it in because it makes it hard to hold it together while I'm showing how the switch works. This would be in the run position right here. So if we see that we're in the run position, these are the two contact points. These need to make contact, and this prong was bent away, okay? When we turn the switch in the off position, these contacts spread apart. This was never making contact here, that's why it wouldn't stay running. So you can look, there's another spring up here, this coil spring hits on this. So when you turn it a notch farther, which you can't really do with it apart because the spring's too strong to hold it. So I'll demonstrate by just lifting it up and bypassing that. When this is actually in the run position, that spring would be right against that peg there, like that. This is what I'm talking about. This spring will be against this peg. If we hold this straight, the way it would be when it's assembled, you'll see that this contact point right here opens up. That, I believe, is the starter motor. Because if you look here, this goes to the thick wire. It's going to be the thick wire that goes to the starter. So that's normally open, except for when you turn the key, which is spring-loaded. So if you turn it past that point, it closes that contact. And so when you let go of the key, it'll snap back because the spring will push it back. I'm just lifting it up and over for demonstration purposes, but the spring will push it back and it will open that contact. That contact stays open the whole time because it's the starter circuit. Even when you turn the key off, that's going to just stay open. The only time it's closed is when you turn the ignition to start it. So the whole problem was this peg bent. This contact point was bent away. So when the switch was on the on position, these contacts that spread out and touch was not hitting this one. So if it happens again, it didn't feel like it was too hard to bend that in. I don't know if it'll ever bend away again. I don't know if heat caused it in the plastic or what, but I believe it will work now. Last thing, I'm just going to put some silicone grease in the plastic part where it rides, you know, the cam on the plastic shaft here rides on the spring-loaded area, and where the rod spins, put some silicone grease in there. So you won't want to be spraying WD-40 in there anymore because it wasn't a corrosion issue. It was because that was bent. And if you spray WD-40 in, you'll wash away the silicone grease.